Hi guys, welcome to another Mini Kit Monday layout process video. This layout is called Familia, and that's Spanish for family. I wanted to start right off the bat saying I kind of Tarantino'd this. I was playing around with all the elements. I just wanted to really play before I actually started filming, and I realized that I got to a point that I'm like, oh, I've gone too far. I'm just going to start gluing everything together right from where I am. And I turned on the video camera and I started, piecing stuff together. So I am cutting these frames that I pulled out. These are from the Journal Studio from American Crafts. And I think these are Amy Tangerine things. I'm not too sure. But I go ahead and cut the frames so that they have two colored ends on the sides. And then I try to kind of disguise it to make it seem like it is a complete frame later on in the video. I felt like everything was going kind of floaty, especially with the background paper being a little bit busy. And I rarely do things where I cut or tear, especially tear into my other pattern papers, and I just decided last minute that I was going to do the tearing of the edges. And so I start putting everything together and I thought that it came out great. I start removing stuff so that some of it are stickers and some of it is ephemera. And so I start gluing the clusters that I have together more or less that are still on the pattern paper. And I think it came out great. I do cut this Dear Lizzie yellow striped sticker in half. It came from one of her older sticker books, and I think the collection's from the Lucky Charm collection. I do use this double scalloped punch from EK Success, and I'm just trying to incorporate stuff that I did grab also from my composition notebook sticker book that I have because I want to use up some of those things. As much as I do want to use just things in my Mini Kit Mondays, I also want to incorporate as much of my stash as I can, or as my inspiration permits, or the color scheme, etc., etc. I do feel like this started coming together really well, or at least felt more complete to me once I did put the two yellow edges on both the top, or headers on both the top and the bottom of the layout. It just seemed more complete, and it didn't feel like the layout was just kind of floating in all of this pattern paper. As you can see, I am putting together, I do have the frame with the picture lined up. This picture is of my sister and her two daughters, and they're wearing a t-shirt that says Segundo Barrio, which is second ward in English, and that's where we basically grew up. This gentleman or friend of hers, I don't know the gentleman personally, but he owns this, he started this brand of clothing, and it's kind of cool to see because it's so nostalgic to where we grew up, and it really speaks volumes of where we came from and stuff. So I really like that she has these shirts. I've even asked her to get me one, but he doesn't sell them online, unfortunately. But so they kind of, I think from what I understand, he does batches of these t-shirts and then sells them for a limited number of shirts, and then he just kind of comes out with new designs as he makes them. So back to the layout. Oh, these are just two of her daughters, and so I put a number 3, as you'll see later in the process video. That's why I included the thicker number as well. I'm trying to use those as well because those I end up forgetting to use up, and so I figured I need to start doing that to concentrate on the, not necessarily concentrate, but just keep in mind the number thickers as well as the letter thickers when they come in the pack. I am taping this floral right up top. I feel like it's a nice, even though it's a floral and it's kind of busy, and I do have a different type of floral down on the bottom right hand side of the photograph, I do think that it is a nice landing spot, not just for the bird, but also for your eye. It's kind of a big element, and it is in a calming color, and since all the patterns are kind of crazy and there's a lot of bright colors on the layout, I think that it gives it a good kind of calming type of feel with that big rose up top. I do put that floral cluster together, and I ended up putting foam right behind it. You can see me here trying to Frankenstein this chipboard part because the picture is already propped up on chipboard as well, and so I didn't want to make it two-dimensional, and I kind of wanted to have it lay flatter onto the frame versus kind of being too high up on the actual layout and putting foam on top of chipboard. It just would be too bulky. So here you see me using this ephemera piece, and it says love every day, and I thought the colors went perfectly with this collection. I don't have any of the ephemera for the Well Hello collection. I do have a sticker sheet set, and I do have the chipboard set. As you see here, one of those is that flag banner, and it says what a wonderful day, and I put that right underneath my title, which says Familia, as I had mentioned before. And I find these little butterflies, which I end up adding to the layout both at the bottom on the little blue banner that says love every day, and then towards the top over by the bird, and even the Good Vibes has an enamel Vicky Bouton one, but that's a butterfly also. So kind of the theme kind of goes throughout the motif, that motif in specific goes throughout the layout, as well as this big orange butterfly that I am including right here above the florals. Here is, I am removing the backing to the fun foam that I'm using, and here I'm also trying to incorporate this acrylic piece from Recollections, or the Paper Studio, excuse me. It's a Hobby Lobby piece that I picked up last year, sometime last year or sometime the year before that. So here I'm still performing surgery on this chipboard piece, and some of it I needed to stand up a little bit higher, and then you can see that I had already torn off some of the layers of the chipboard so that that can sit closer to the frame. I do try to incorporate the other half of that yellow striped sticker into the layout, but it just didn't work out. I do try to create some sort of visual balance with the elements, whether they be the same type of element or the same type of color element in my layout, so that the layout doesn't kind of, it won't have an actual heaviness to it more on one side unless that's the intended look. What I'm trying to do here is do a top right hand corner vertical to the bottom left hand corner. I hope that made sense. Diagonal, not vertical. But I do use a pink element down at the bottom and a pink element up top, and so that kind of bridges the layout together and it forms a balance. I have 3 clusters that are big around the photograph, and that creates your visual triangle because that is my main focus, with the blue rose, the floral cluster that I'm working on right now, and also the half rosette banner on the left hand side of the photo. So I use all these different design techniques so that there's a balance throughout the layout, and have my intended focus be the middle of the layout, which is the photograph. And let's see, that's a lot of talk for, I just wanted to make it look nice, essentially. But I think once you start making layouts, or you look at a lot of layouts, and you read video or read magazines and watch videos about, especially with people that explain the why you put certain elements in your layouts, I think it's a great thing, because then you start picking up rules, and then once you learn the rules, you can also break the rules. Because really, I mean, who's to say, other than, if you're looking for a certain type of design aesthetic, you can't, I mean, it really is what makes you happy. So if it looks the way it looks and that's the way you like it, then it's for you. And that's all that really matters in the end. And I'd like to say that hopefully by me making these types of layouts, because these are not going in my books, I do hope that the recipient of the layouts is going to have that same type of happy feeling when they receive the layout as well. And these are going for my sister. I'm making her an album of pictures that she sent me as of late. And so here you see me basically just gluing down all the elements that I have. I'm holding, on my right hand, I'm holding 3 little puffy hearts that I got from my good friend Dolly. And she's Scrapping on the Go here on YouTube. She's also participating. She also participates in the Mini Kit Monday video lineup. And I am putting them on this little sticker. It's like two little stickers, I think, and I think they're both from the Well Hello sticker sheet. And I thought it was just a cute little touch. It kind of repeats the three people in the photo, the number 3 thicker, and then 3 little hearts to represent them also. Visually, is that decoratively? I don't know what the correct term would be, but that's what the intended meaning was for the 3 hearts on the layout. I am gluing these enamel stickers from Vicky Bouton and also the enamel dots, the acrylic camera. I forget to glue right up until the end because I was just hopping around the page just trying to figure out what looked good to my eye. And there you go, you can see that I forgot to glue the camera. I wasn't scrapping this fast. I wish I would, but this took about an hour to make. And here you see me trying to find another butterfly to add, and I kind of just put it there next to that little blue banner because there was too many of the oil spots on that concrete, so I kind of wanted to cover that a bit more, and it ended up working just fine. So here are close-ups. Don't forget to check out the other Mini Kit Monday ladies and their videos. I'll link them down below, and also don't forget to check out our Facebook challenge group. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye!